Mark Meirowitz is a professor at State University of New York, Maritime College. He joins me now live from New York. Mark, good to see you. Now, we have to give it to China. They did it once already when it comes to reconciling differences between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Tell me, can they do it again when it comes to Russia and Ukraine?
Of course not. This is a dramatic show. It is very worrisome to the United States. And the Chinese peace plan, by the way, you say do it again, is really quite underwhelming. I mean, the first point of it requires that everyone respect the sovereignty of all nations. So you can't even get past point 1 to point 2 or 3 or 12 because Russia did not respect the sovereignty of Ukraine and invaded Ukraine. This putting together of Russia and China's actions on Iran and Saudi Arabia is clearly the opening of a Cold War. There's no question about it, and is of great worry to the West and to the United States. There's absolutely no question about it. We're into something brand new here with a very aggressive and rising China, and the United States and the West will have to respond to it.
And how do you think the United States and the West should respond to it?
Well, the way the United States and the West is responding, number one, by buttressing Ukraine in terms of its war against the aggressive war of Russia against Ukraine, the invasion of Ukraine without any reason at all. And as far as China, to push back against China in its moves in the South China Sea, and certainly to make it clear that China will not be able to invade Taiwan. In other words, what you're looking at here, I think, is a complete reset in international relations. There's no question about it. And what it looks like to me, I'm afraid to make this analogy, is kind of where we were before World War II, where aggressive nations were getting together. I mean, it isn't quite World War II, but the point of the matter is these powers are getting together in a way that is detrimental to world stability, although in their pronouncements, in the Putin article that Putin wrote last week or so about his relationship with China, he repeatedly talks about global stability. But on the contrary, this is not going to engender global stability. As far as Ukraine is concerned, I mean, it's clear that we're at an impasse on this. And if the peace plan envisions that Russia will basically retain its territory in Ukraine, and that's a non-starter for the West. So we are really at a very big, dangerous juncture in the world today. And the Iran and Saudi Arabia matching up, and the thing that China did, that is another piece of China's worldwide strategy here, which will give the West and the United States tremendous difficulty, no question about it.
Professor Mark Meirowitz, it's always a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.